In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where the infinite dance of creation and destruction unfolds, there exists a confluence of civilizations, each unique in its essence and existence. Among these celestial bodies and starlit societies, a tale of unprecedented unity and courage began to emerge, a tale that would forever alter the course of interstellar relations and perceptions. The galaxy, teeming with life, was a witness to an era of peace and prosperity. Trade routes flourished, cultures intermingled, and knowledge expanded beyond the confines of individual worlds. Yet beneath this facade of harmony, a shadow grew, one that threatened to engulf the galaxy in fear and despair. The Naxid, a race of beings whose very presence spelled doom, began their conquest, planet after planet falling victim to their insatiable hunger for dominance. Their technology was advanced, their warriors ruthless and their ambition boundless. Civilizations crumbled, and hope seemed like a distant memory. The Naxid's advance seemed unstoppable, their victory inevitable. In the darkest hour, when the cries of the oppressed filled the void of space, a beacon of hope flickered into existence. From a corner of the galaxy, long overlooked and underestimated, came the humans, a species known for their resilience, curiosity, and indomitable spirit. The Human Confederation, a young and dynamic alliance of Earth and its colonies, stepped forward to challenge the tide of despair. The arrival of humans on the interstellar stage was met with skepticism. Many doubted the capabilities of this relatively young species, whose technology and military might seem modest compared to the galactic standards. Yet what they lacked in advanced weaponry, they compensated with ingenuity, adaptability, and an unyielding will to protect not just their own, but any civilization under threat. The first act of defiance came when the humans intercepted a Naxid fleet en route to a vulnerable world. With a combination of guerrilla tactics and sheer audacity, they managed to halt the advance, saving millions of lives. This victory, small yet significant, began to change the tide. Word of the humans' success spread like wildfire, igniting a flame of resistance across the galaxy. Empowered by this newfound ally, other civilizations began to rally. The humans, undeterred by the monumental challenge, spearheaded a coalition of the willing. They shared their knowledge, coordinated strategies, and fostered unity among the diverse races of the galaxy. Yet the true test of this alliance came when the Naxid launched a full-scale invasion of the Human Confederation. The battle for Earth and its colonies was not just a fight for survival, but a statement to the galaxy that the spirit of freedom and the will to defend the innocent were forces to be reckoned with. As the Naxid fleet approached, the skies of human worlds darkened under the shadow of their ships. The air was thick with tension, the weight of impending conflict heavy on every heart. But amidst the fear, there was a palpable sense of determination. Every man, woman, and child stood ready to defend their home, to fight alongside their allies from across the stars. The battle that ensued was fierce and unforgiving. The humans and their allies faced the Naxid with a courage that inspired legends. Through strategy, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of victory, they managed to turn the tide. The Naxid, for the first time, faced an opponent they could not subdue, a resistance they could not quell. As the dust settled and the last of the Naxid ships retreated into the void, the galaxy breathed a collective sigh of relief. The victory was not just that of the humans, but of every civilization that had dared to stand against tyranny. The humans, once underestimated, had proven themselves to be formidable guardians of peace and champions of the oppressed. The aftermath of the conflict saw a new era of cooperation and camaraderie among the civilizations of the galaxy. The humans, with their indomitable spirit and unwavering commitment to justice, had earned their place among the stars. They had shown that in the face of overwhelming darkness, unity and courage could illuminate the path to victory. And so, the galaxy learned an invaluable lesson. When all seemed lost, and fear threatened to extinguish the light of hope, the arrival of humans had changed the course of history. Everyone was terrified, until the humans arrived. In the aftermath of their stunning victory against the Naxid, the humans did not rest on their laurels. Recognizing the magnitude of the threat that lingered on the horizon, they set forth to solidify the bonds forged in the crucible of war. The Human Confederation, once a fledgling alliance, now emerged as a beacon of hope and leadership in the galaxy's darkest hour. The first order of business was the formation of the Galactic Coalition, an alliance unlike any before. It was not merely a military pact, but a union of diverse civilizations, each contributing their strengths towards a common goal: the preservation of freedom and peace across the stars. Human diplomats, with their innate adaptability and empathetic nature, worked tirelessly to bridge cultural divides and mend old wounds. They understood that the galaxy's strength lay in its diversity, and for the coalition to succeed, it needed to harness the unique capabilities of each member civilization. The Asari, beings of immense intellectual prowess and masters of biotic energy, offered their knowledge of advanced science and medicine. The Togruta, renowned strategists and tacticians, provided invaluable insights into military planning and logistics. Meanwhile, the Groot, a species of sentient flora with the ability to regenerate and terraform environments, contributed their skills towards rebuilding war-torn worlds and fostering new ecosystems. As the coalition grew, so did its ability to respond to threats swiftly and efficiently. Joint task forces patrolled vulnerable sectors, while a shared network of intelligence kept all members informed of potential dangers. The Humans' initiative had sparked a renaissance of cooperation and innovation, leading to advancements in technology, diplomacy, and collective security. However, peace was not to be taken for granted. The Naxid, though repelled, were far from defeated. They retreated into the shadows, nursing their wounds and biding their time. The galaxy knew that the Naxid would return, and when they did, the coalition had to be ready. Preparations for the inevitable confrontation took many forms. The Humans, leveraging their engineering ingenuity, spearheaded projects to fortify key systems and develop new weapons that could tip the balance in the coalition's favor. Training programs were established, where warriors from different worlds learned from each other, blending combat styles and tactics into a formidable new art of war. Amidst these preparations, the heart of the coalition beat strongest on Earth, where representatives from across the galaxy gathered to share their cultures, celebrate their unity, and reaffirm their commitment to the cause. It was a testament to the power of the human spirit, which had not only confronted a seemingly insurmountable threat, but had also galvanized a galaxy-wide movement towards solidarity and mutual respect. The spirit of cooperation extended beyond the military and diplomatic arenas. Cultural exchanges flourished, as did scientific collaborations. Technologies once hoarded were now shared freely, leading to breakthroughs that benefited all. Medical advancements, environmental restoration techniques, and energy solutions were just a few areas where the coalition made significant progress, improving the lives of countless beings across the galaxy. As the coalition's influence grew, so did its appeal. Civilizations that had once remained neutral or isolated began to seek membership, drawn by the promise of security and the shared vision of a united galaxy. The Humans, humble in their leadership, emphasized that the coalition was a partnership of equals, where the voice of the smallest member was as valued as that of the most powerful. This unity, however, was not without its challenges. Differences in culture, philosophy, and policy sometimes led to friction. Yet these challenges were met with patience and a willingness to understand and compromise. The coalition had become a microcosm of the galaxy's diversity, proving that coexistence was not only possible, but also enriching. As the galaxy watched and waited, the shadow of the Naxid loomed ever closer. But this time the galaxy was not defenseless. It was not divided. The coalition of the brave, led by the indomitable spirit of humanity, stood ready to defend the light of freedom and peace against the darkness of tyranny and despair. And as the stars above bore witness to this unprecedented union of diverse beings, a new chapter in the galaxy's history was being written, one of hope, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of shared destiny. In the aftermath of their stunning victory against the Naxid, the Humans and their allies found themselves standing on the precipice of a new era. The galaxy, once fragmented by fear and mistrust, began to see the emergence of a newfound solidarity. This chapter of our tale delves into the challenges and triumphs faced as disparate civilizations worked to forge a lasting unity. The victory celebrations were short-lived, as the coalition quickly realized that defeating the Naxid was only the first step. The true challenge lay in ensuring that such a threat could never rise again. This realization marked the genesis of the Galactic Unity Pact, an ambitious initiative led by humans to create a united front against any future adversities. The pact called for the establishment of a unified defense force, a shared knowledge bank, and the creation of interstellar laws to govern the conduct of civilizations. The proposal was visionary but fraught with complexities. Divergent cultures, languages, and ideologies made the path to unity a labyrinth of diplomatic intricacies. Humans, leveraging their unique position as the architects of the Naxid defeat, embarked on a series of diplomatic missions. They traversed the galaxy, engaging in dialogues, mediating disputes, and showcasing the strength found in diversity. Their message was clear. Unity did not require uniformity. It thrived on the mosaic of the galaxy's cultures. One of the most poignant moments in this journey came during the Summit of Worlds, held on a neutral planet known for its breathtaking landscapes and ancient, indecipherable ruins, a symbolic reminder of civilizations long forgotten. Here, leaders from across the galaxy gathered, each carrying the weight of their people's hopes and fears. The summit was a crucible, testing the resolve and sincerity of its participants. Debates raged, alliances formed, and compromises were forged. The humans, with their adeptness at diplomacy and genuine desire for peace, played a pivotal role in navigating these complex negotiations. A turning point came when a minor civilization, the Tivari, whose home had been ravaged by the Naxid, voiced their apprehensions. Their leader, a figure of quiet strength, spoke not of retribution, but of the fear that the horrors of the past could be repeated. It was a raw, powerful reminder of the stakes at hand. Moved by the Tivari's plea, the summit saw a shift in tone. The narrative changed from one of political maneuvering to a collective responsibility. The civilizations began to see beyond their differences, recognizing the common thread that bound them, the desire for a peaceful future. After days of negotiations, the Galactic Unity Pact was signed. It was a testament to what could be achieved when the galaxy stood together. The pact laid the groundwork for a united defense mechanism, shared technological advancements, and cultural exchanges that enriched each civilization. The establishment of the Unified Defense Force, UDF, was among the first tangible outcomes of the pact. Comprising fleets and soldiers from across the coalition, the UDF was a symbol of the galaxy's united resolve. Humans played a key role in its formation, offering their strategic acumen and serving as a bridge between various military doctrines. As the galaxy embarked on this new chapter, the challenges were immense. Skeptics doubted the durability of this unity, pointing to the deep-seated prejudices and historical conflicts that had once divided these civilizations. Yet the shared experience of facing down the Naxid menace had ignited a spark of hope. Through the trials of diplomacy, the scars of battle, and the shared dreams of a better future, the galaxy began to weave a tapestry of unity, unlike any seen before. It was a fragile endeavor, vulnerable to the vicissitudes of interstellar politics, yet resilient in its foundation, built on the courage, determination, and vision of those who dared to dream of a united galaxy. In the shadows of this burgeoning unity, however, the embers of old resentments and lurking threats smoldered quietly, waiting for the winds of change to ignite them once more. The galaxy had won a significant battle, but the war for a lasting peace was just beginning. As our tale unfolds, the unity forged in the crucible of conflict would be tested, challenged by external threats and internal strife. Yet, the foundation laid by the humans and their allies promised a fighting chance for a future where the stars were lights of hope in the dark expanse of the universe. As the newly formed Galactic Unity Pact began to take shape, transforming the fabric of interstellar relations, the galaxy found itself navigating the delicate balance between hope and vigilance. The coalition, though strong in its ideals, was tested by the complexities of governing a diverse alliance. This chapter explores the challenges and triumphs as the unity forged in the crucible of conflict faced the shadows lurking within and beyond. The establishment of the Unified Defense Force, UDF, marked a significant achievement for the Pact. Fleets from across the galaxy patrolled the once disputed borders, now serving as a symbol of unity rather than division. However, the peace was fragile, and the scars of past conflicts ran deep. Among the stars, a silent threat began to emerge, one that sought to exploit the cracks within the unity. The Zavarans, a secluded and technologically advanced race, viewed the newfound alliance with skepticism and fear. Their society, built on the principles of isolation and self-sufficiency, found the idea of an interstellar pact both unnecessary and threatening. The Zavarans embarked on a campaign of espionage and subterfuge, aiming to destabilize the coalition from within. Their agents infiltrated various levels of the UDF and the Pact's administrative bodies, sowing discord and mistrust among its members. The unity that had been so hard-fought began to show signs of strain as rumors and accusations flew, undermining the coalition's solidarity. Meanwhile, on the frontier worlds, the fabric of peace was threatened by a different foe. Pirates and marauders, emboldened by the shifting focus of the galaxy's military forces towards internal security, launched raids on unprotected outposts and trade routes. These attacks served as a grim reminder that peace required not just unity, but constant vigilance. The Human Confederation, recognizing the multifaceted nature of these threats, proposed the establishment of the Interstellar Intelligence Agency, IIA. This entity was tasked with rooting out espionage within the Pact, safeguarding its secrets, and ensuring the security of its members. The proposal was met with mixed reactions, as some feared the creation of a surveillance state, while others saw it as a necessary step towards ensuring the coalition's survival. Amidst these trials, a beacon of hope shone through. The cultural exchange programs initiated by the Pact began to bear fruit. Artists, scholars, and citizens from different worlds visited each other's planets, sharing their traditions, knowledge, and dreams. These exchanges built bridges of understanding and friendship, reminding everyone of the shared humanity that existed beyond physical appearances and cultural differences. One particularly poignant event was the Festival of Lights, hosted on a neutral planet renowned for its natural beauty. Civilizations from across the galaxy came together to share their stories, music, and art, illuminating the night sky with a dazzling array of lights. It was a testament to the potential for unity and peace, a celebration of the diversity that enriched them all. However, the shadows refused to recede quietly. The actions of the Zavarans and the ongoing pirate attacks underscored the need for a unified response. The leaders of the Pact convened in an emergency summit, addressing the dual threats that challenged their unity. Through intense negotiations and the sharing of intelligence, the summit laid the groundwork for a series of coordinated strikes against the pirate strongholds, coupled with a counter-espionage campaign aimed at exposing and neutralizing the Zavaran agents. The success of these operations was a testament to the strength of the coalition. The pirate threat was significantly diminished, and the Zavaran espionage network was dismantled, with several agents captured and brought to justice. These victories served as a powerful reminder of what the coalition could achieve when it stood together, united in purpose and action. As the galaxy looked towards the future, it did so with a cautious optimism. The Unity Pact, though tested by shadows, had emerged stronger, its light shining brighter against the backdrop of the cosmos. The challenges faced had not only fortified the alliance, but it also deepened the bonds between its members, forging a unity that was both resilient and dynamic. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with both promise and peril. Yet the coalition had proven that when faced with darkness, the combined light of diverse worlds could pierce through, illuminating the path towards a shared future. In the wake of their successes against external threats and internal sabotage, the civilizations of the Galactic Unity Pact faced a new challenge: the cultivation of a shared identity that transcended individual cultures while respecting their diversity. This chapter delves into the efforts to nurture this collective consciousness and the emergence of a universal threat that would test the very heart of their unity. The unity forged through battles and diplomatic endeavors was strong, yet the leaders of the pact understood that, for it to endure, it must be rooted in the hearts and minds of its citizens. The Galactic Council, a body representing all member civilizations, initiated the Seeds of Unity project. This ambitious program aimed to promote interstellar understanding and camaraderie through education, cultural exchanges, and joint ventures in science and exploration. One of the project's cornerstone initiatives was the establishment of the Interstellar University on a neutral planet, designed as a microcosm of the galaxy's diversity. Here, students from various worlds came together to learn not only about astrophysics, xenobiology, and other sciences, but also about the histories and cultures of their fellow beings. The university quickly became a melting pot of ideas and friendships, a tangible symbol of the Pact's aspirations. Simultaneously, the Pact launched the First Light mission, a joint exploratory venture to the uncharted regions of the galaxy. Crewed by scientists and explorers from across the coalition, the mission symbolized a united quest for knowledge and the shared excitement of discovering the unknown. It was during this mission that the crew of the First Light stumbled upon a relic of a bygone era, an ancient artifact buried on a desolate moon at the edge of the galaxy. Analysis of the artifact revealed it to be a beacon, one that had been waiting for eons to be activated. When it was, the beacon sent a message not just through space but through time, reaching an ancient civilization thought to be long extinct. The Alari. The Alari, once guardians of the galaxy, had retreated into the shadows of history after defeating a malevolent force that threatened all life. Their return was met with awe and trepidation. They spoke of the cycle of extinction, a recurring cataclysm that had erased civilizations from the cosmic stage, time and again. The beacon's activation had signaled that the cycle was about to begin anew, and the galaxy was once again at risk. The revelation from the Alari served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present danger of annihilation. Yet it also galvanized the Pact into action. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session, inviting the Alari to share their knowledge of the impending threat and how it might be averted. The Alari explained that the cycle of extinction was no natural phenomenon, but the work of the Devourers, a race of entities that consumed galaxies to sustain themselves. The last time the Devourers had come, the Alari had barely managed to repel them, at great cost. This time, they warned, the galaxy would need to stand together as never before to have any hope of survival. The news of the Devourers and the cycle of extinction spread throughout the galaxy, igniting a fire of determination. The Pact, now more than a political alliance, became a beacon of hope and a bastion of defiance against the darkness. Military preparations were accelerated, and the UDF began training for the possibility of confronting the Devourers. Simultaneously, scientists from the Interstellar University and other institutions collaborated on developing weapons and shields that could counter the Devourers' formidable power. Amidst these preparations, the cultural and educational initiatives of the Seeds of Unity project took on a new urgency. They became not just a means of fostering understanding, but of building a unified will to survive and protect the galaxy's diverse tapestry of life. As the galaxy braced for the arrival of the Devourers, the unity that had once seemed an idealistic dream became its greatest strength. The civilizations of the Pact stood together, not just as allies but as a family, united by a common cause and a shared destiny. The stage was set for a confrontation of cosmic proportions, a battle not just for survival, but for the soul of the galaxy itself. The heart of unity, strengthened by trials and fortified by shared purpose, was about to face its ultimate test. As the Galactic Unity Pact braced for the arrival of the Devourers, a sense of urgency permeated the fabric of the coalition. This chapter chronicles the mobilization of forces, the deepening of bonds among the civilizations, and the strategic gambits deployed in anticipation of the impending confrontation. The Galactic Council, recognizing the magnitude of the threat posed by the Devourers, launched Operation Celestial Shield. This initiative was a multifaceted strategy aimed at fortifying vulnerable worlds, developing advanced defensive technologies, and orchestrating a unified military response. The operation was a testament to the coalition's commitment to collective security and mutual aid. At the heart of Operation Celestial Shield was the creation of the Stellar Bastions, a network of fortified systems equipped with the latest in defensive and offensive technology. These bastions were strategically positioned at key points throughout the galaxy, serving as the first line of defense against the Devourers. The construction of the Stellar Bastions was a monumental effort, requiring resources and expertise from across the Pact. Meanwhile, the Unified Defense Force underwent rigorous training, with soldiers and pilots from different worlds learning to fight side by side. The UDF's ranks swelled with volunteers, each driven by a determination to protect their homes and the galaxy at large. The diversity of the UDF's forces became its strength, with each civilization contributing its unique tactics and technologies. The Alari, once guardians of the galaxy, emerged as invaluable allies in the preparation for the Devourer's arrival. They shared ancient strategies and weapons designs, honed through their previous encounters with the cosmic predators. Their guidance helped accelerate the development of the Pact's defensive capabilities, including the creation of the quantum disruptors, weapons capable of destabilizing the energy matrices that powered the Devourer's ships. Amidst the preparations for war, the cultural initiatives of the Seeds of Unity project continued to foster a sense of solidarity and shared purpose. The Interstellar University became a hub of collaboration, where scientists, strategists, and scholars worked together to unlock new technologies and devise plans to counter the Devourer's threat. The university also played a crucial role in maintaining morale, hosting symposiums and exhibitions that celebrated the unity and resilience of the galaxy's diverse cultures. As the time of the Devourer's predicted arrival drew near, the galaxy witnessed an unprecedented event, the Convocation of Worlds. This gathering saw representatives from every member of the Pact, along with emissaries from neutral or isolated civilizations, come together on the capital planet of the Human Confederation. The convocation was a show of unity and a pledge of mutual defense, with each leader reaffirming their commitment to stand against the Devourers. The convocation also served as a forum for discussing the broader implications of the conflict. The Alari warned that defeating the Devourers would require more than military might. It would necessitate a willingness to make sacrifices and a resolve to protect not just individual worlds, but the galaxy as a whole. This message resonated deeply, strengthening the resolve of those present. As the convocation concluded, the galaxy stood united as never before. The stellar bastions were operational, the UDF was at full readiness, and the civilizations of the Pact were bound by a common cause. Yet beneath the determination and preparations, there was an undercurrent of apprehension. The Devourers were an unknown quantity, a force of cosmic destruction that had eradicated countless civilizations before. The final days before the anticipated arrival of the Devourers were marked by a tense calm. The galaxy held its breath, waiting for the storm to break. The UDF patrolled the space lanes, the scientists of the Interstellar University worked tirelessly on their projects, and the citizens of countless worlds looked to the stars with hope and fear. As the first reports came in of anomalous readings at the edge of the galaxy, the realization dawned that the moment of truth was upon them. The Devourers were coming, and the fate of the galaxy would soon be decided. The Galactic Unity Pact, a coalition forged in the fires of adversity and strengthened by a shared vision of peace, faced its greatest challenge yet. The storm was gathering, and the galaxy stood ready to confront it, united in purpose and spirit. The battle that loomed on the horizon would be a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable will to survive. As the galaxy braced itself against the encroaching void, the arrival of the Devourers marked the beginning of a conflict that would be etched in the annals of cosmic history. This chapter narrates the initial clash, the resilience of the unified forces, and the unforeseen revelations that emerged from the heart of the battle. The first engagement with the Devourers occurred at the outer rim of the Galactic Unity Pact's territory, near a stellar bastion that stood guard over a critical junction of trade and communication lanes. The bastion, a testament to the Coalition's technological prowess and collective effort, was manned by a diverse crew from across the Pact, each member ready to defend the galaxy or die trying. The Devourers emerged from the void like a plague, their ships an amalgamation of organic and mechanical horror, designed solely for the consumption and destruction of life. As they advanced, a suffocating darkness preceded them, dampening the light of stars and the spirits of those who faced them. The battle was fierce and chaotic. The unified defense force, supported by the Alari's ancient wisdom and the newly developed quantum disruptors, fought valiantly against the seemingly endless onslaught. The Devourers' ships, capable of regenerating from damage and assimilating the technology of their adversaries, proved to be formidable foes. In the heat of battle, a young pilot from the Human Confederation, Cala Torres, became the embodiment of the Pact's courage and ingenuity. Isolated from her squadron and facing a Devourer behemoth, Cala executed a desperate maneuver, exploiting a flaw in the enemy's assimilation process that had been overlooked by the Coalition's strategists. Her ship, damaged and on the brink of destruction, became a Trojan horse, leading to the catastrophic failure of the behemoth's core systems. Cala's sacrifice marked a turning point in the battle. Inspired by her bravery, the UDF forces rallied, pushing the Devourers back with renewed vigor. The battle raged for hours, each moment a testament to the unity and determination of the Pact's defenders. In the aftermath, the Stellar Bastion lay in ruins, but the Devourers had been repelled. The victory was Pyrrhic but significant. It proved that the Devourers could be defeated, and that the strategies developed by the Pact, though still in need of refinement, were effective. The analysis of the battle brought to light the Devourers' weaknesses and the effectiveness of guerrilla tactics over conventional warfare. It also underscored the importance of the quantum disruptors and the need for further innovation in weapons technology. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session to reassess their strategy. The victory at the Stellar Bastion, while heartening, had exposed the harsh reality of the conflict's scale and the Devourers' capabilities. The Council decided to intensify the research and development of new technologies, increase the production of quantum disruptors, and reorganize the UDF into more flexible and autonomous units, capable of rapid response and adaptation. As the galaxy mourned its losses and fortified its defenses, the story of Cala Torres and the defenders of the Stellar Bastion became a beacon of hope. Monuments were erected in their honor on countless worlds, serving as a reminder of the cost of freedom and the indomitable spirit of the Coalition. Meanwhile, deep in the heart of the Devourers' territory, a revelation was unfolding. The Alari, utilizing a clandestine network of spies and informants, discovered that the Devourers were not a monolithic entity, but a coalition of enslaved species, dominated by a singular malevolent intelligence. This intelligence, known only as the Maw, was the true architect of the cycle of extinction. Armed with this knowledge, the Galactic Unity Pact faced a new dilemma. The possibility of liberating the enslaved species offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to undermine the Devourers from within. Yet it also presented a monumental challenge, requiring a strategy that combined military might with diplomatic finesse. As the galaxy stood on the threshold of the next phase of the conflict, the unity and resolve of the Pact were stronger than ever. The fight against the Devourers was not just a battle for survival, but a crusade for the liberation of countless beings from the tyranny of the Maw. As the Galactic Unity Pact digested the revelation of the enslaved species within the Devourers' ranks, a new plan began to crystallize, one that would require not just military might, but a deep understanding of the enemy's psyche and the forging of unlikely alliances. This chapter delves into the intricate preparations for a rebellion within the heart of darkness, and the challenges faced in sowing the seeds of dissent among the Devourers' ranks. The Galactic Council, with the Alari's insight, initiated Operation Liberitus, a daring strategy aimed at destabilizing the Maw's control over its enslaved subjects. The operation was multifaceted, combining espionage, psychological warfare, and the establishment of covert communication channels with the oppressed species. Key to this plan was the creation of the Liberatus Brigades, small, highly trained teams composed of volunteers from various civilizations of the Pact. These brigades were tasked with infiltrating devourer-controlled territories, disseminating information about the Maw's true nature, and providing support to burgeoning resistance movements among the enslaved species. The challenges were immense. The Devourer's domain was a fortress of fear, surveillance, and suppression. The Maw had perfected the art of control over eons, using a combination of technological dominance and psychological manipulation to maintain its grip on the enslaved species. One of the first breakthroughs came when a Liberatus brigade made contact with the Vrexi, a species renowned for their engineering prowess, who had been forced to construct the Devourer's war machines. The Vrexi, suffering under the yoke of the Maw's tyranny, were initially skeptical of the brigade's overtures. However, the promise of freedom and the tactical support offered by the Pact slowly turned their skepticism into cautious optimism. Simultaneously, the Pact's scientists, working tirelessly, developed a series of countermeasures designed to disrupt the Maw's control mechanisms. These included viral codes capable of infecting the Devourer's communication networks, and psi-blockers to protect the minds of the enslaved species from the Maw's influence. As the Liberatus brigades intensified their efforts, stories of resistance began to emerge from the heart of the Devourer's territory. Sabotaged factories, hijacked warships, and open revolts on oppressed worlds signaled the beginning of an uprising. The Pact's strategic broadcasts, filled with tales of the Coalition's victories and the possibility of a life free from the Maw's domination, fueled the flames of rebellion. However, the Maw was not idle. It retaliated with brutal efficiency, crushing revolts with a mercilessness that served as a grim reminder of its power. Yet each act of suppression only served to galvanize the resistance, proving the truth of an old adage: oppression breeds defiance. The Galactic Unity Pact, meanwhile, prepared for the inevitable counterstrike. The UDF, now seasoned by combat and united in purpose, fortified their positions and expanded their arsenal with new weapons and tactics designed for the coming conflict. The stellar bastions, once symbols of defense, became beacons of hope for the oppressed species within the Devourer's grasp. Amidst the preparations, a significant discovery was made. The Alari, utilizing their deep knowledge of ancient lore, uncovered the existence of the harmonic crystals, a series of artifacts capable of amplifying psychic energy. These crystals, if harnessed correctly, could potentially break the Maw's psychic grip on its subjects, accelerating the rebellion and giving the Pact a crucial advantage. As Operation Liberatus gained momentum, the galaxy watched with bated breath. The seeds of rebellion, carefully sown amidst the darkness, began to sprout, promising a future where the cycle of extinction could be broken. The Pact's unity, tested by the fires of conflict, had given birth to a new hope, not just for victory, but for the liberation of countless souls bound by the Maw's will. The stage was set for a confrontation that would decide the fate of the galaxy. The coming battle would not just be a test of military strength, but of the enduring power of hope, unity, and the unquenchable desire for freedom. In the shadow of an impending clash that would decide the fate of the galaxy, the Galactic Unity Pact and its newfound allies within the Devourer's domain readied themselves for a confrontation that was about to reshape the cosmic order. This chapter recounts the pivotal moments of the rebellion's crescendo, the strategic masterstrokes that turned the tide, and the indomitable spirit that united a galaxy under the banner of freedom. With Operation Liberatus gaining ground and the seeds of rebellion sprouting across the Devourer's territory, the Galactic Unity Pact launched a series of coordinated assaults aimed at weakening the Maw's defensive perimeter. These attacks, however, were a feint, part of a larger strategy to draw the Maw's forces away from key systems where the harmonic crystals had been discovered. The Elari, leading the mission to harness the power of the harmonic crystals, uncovered that when aligned and activated at specific nodes within the galaxy's ley lines, these crystals could create a psychic resonance field powerful enough to disrupt the Maw's control over its subjects. The precision of this endeavor required not just technological expertise, but a deep understanding of the galaxy's ancient energy pathways. As the UDF engaged the Devourers in fierce battles across contested systems, the Liberatus brigades and their allies worked tirelessly to secure and activate the harmonic crystals. Each activation was met with resistance, but the combined forces of the Pact's military might and the insurrectionists' fervor proved overwhelming. One by one, the crystals came to life, weaving a web of liberation across the galaxy. Meanwhile, the heart of the rebellion beat strongest on the worlds directly oppressed by the Maw. Here, the Vrexy and other enslaved species, emboldened by the Pact's support and the weakening grip of their oppressor, launched full-scale uprisings. These revolts were not just military endeavors, but expressions of a yearning for freedom that had been suppressed for eons. The turning point came with the Battle of the Nexus, a strategically vital system where the Maw had concentrated its forces in anticipation of crushing the UDF's main fleet. However, the true objective was elsewhere. A covert team, including members of the Alari and the Liberatus brigades, infiltrated the system, aiming to activate the final harmonic crystal hidden on a moon orbiting the Nexus's central planet. As the battle raged in space, the team on the ground faced intense opposition. But the tide of the conflict shifted dramatically when the final harmonic crystal was activated. A wave of psychic energy pulsed through the galaxy, severing the Maw's control over its subjects and sowing chaos among its forces. The Devourers, now freed from the Maw's influence, turned on their former master in a sudden and unexpected uprising. The Maw, facing rebellion from within and assault from the Galactic Coalition, began to fracture. Its centralized command structure collapsed, leading to disarray and defections among its ranks. The Battle of the Nexus ended with the liberation of the system and a significant blow to the Maw's dominion. The victory was a testament to the strategy, bravery, and unity of the Coalition and its new allies. It marked the beginning of the end for the Maw's reign of terror. In the aftermath, the galaxy took stock of the monumental shift in the balance of power. The Devourers, now free from the Maw's tyranny, sought reconciliation and integration into the Galactic Unity Pact. The Coalition, recognizing the opportunity for true peace and unity, welcomed them, extending the hand of friendship and cooperation. The liberation of the enslaved species and the defeat of the Maw's forces heralded a new era for the galaxy. The Galactic Unity Pact, once a defensive alliance, evolved into a beacon of hope, freedom, and cooperation, embodying the ideals that had united a diverse coalition against a common foe. As the galaxy looked forward, it did so with a sense of cautious optimism. The threat of the Maw had been diminished, but not eradicated. The victory at the Nexus was significant, but the war for freedom, for the soul of the galaxy, was far from over. In the aftermath of the monumental victory at the Nexus and the widespread rebellion against the Maw's tyranny, the galaxy stood on the brink of a new era. The final chapter of our saga explores the reconstruction efforts, the forging of new alliances, and the establishment of a lasting peace that sought to heal the scars of eons of conflict. With the Maw's control network shattered and its forces in disarray, the Galactic Unity Pact, alongside its former adversaries now turned allies, embarked on a mission to rebuild and reunify the galaxy. The task was daunting, involving not just the reconstruction of devastated worlds, but the reconciliation of centuries-old grievances and the integration of diverse civilizations into a unified galactic community. The harmonic crystals, once instruments of liberation, were repurposed to serve as beacons of peace, fostering communication and understanding across the vast expanses of space. The Interstellar University expanded its mission, becoming a hub for the exchange of knowledge, culture, and technology among all galactic citizens, fostering a sense of shared destiny. The Devourers, freed from the Maw's influence, sought to atone for the destruction wrought in its name. Their unique technologies and perspectives became invaluable in the galaxy's healing process, bridging the gap between the past and a hopeful future. In a gesture of goodwill and shared purpose, they joined the Galactic Unity Pact, pledging their support for the Coalition's ideals of peace, freedom, and cooperation. The liberation of the enslaved species and their integration into the galactic community marked a significant milestone in the galaxy's history. The Vrexy, renowned for their engineering prowess, led the reconstruction efforts, their innovations driving the rapid restoration of damaged ecosystems and infrastructures. Other liberated species brought their unique contributions, enriching the cultural and intellectual tapestry of the galaxy. However, the shadow of the Maw still loomed. Though weakened, remnants of its forces persisted, hiding in the dark corners of the galaxy, nursing their vengeance. The unified defense force remained vigilant, patrolling the borders and safeguarding the peace that had been so hard-won. Amidst the challenges of reconstruction and vigilance against lingering threats, the galaxy celebrated the formation of the Council of Light, a governing body representing all member species of the Galactic Unity Pact. The Council was tasked with overseeing the continued efforts of reconciliation, reconstruction, and defense, ensuring that the lessons of the past were not forgotten. The inauguration of the Council of Light was marked by a galaxy-wide celebration, a symbol of the unity and diversity that had triumphed over adversity. The event was broadcast throughout the galaxy, a dazzling display of unity and hope that reached even the most remote and isolated worlds. As the galaxy moved forward, the story of its unification, the battles fought, and the sacrifices made became a legend, passed down through generations. It served as a reminder of the darkness that had once threatened to consume them all, and the light that emerged from the collective courage and determination of diverse peoples, united for a common cause. The legacy of the Galactic Unity Pact and its allies was not just the defeat of the Maw or the liberation of the oppressed, but the creation of a galactic society founded on the principles of unity, respect, and mutual aid. The galaxy had been reshaped not by the forces of destruction, but by the power of cooperation and the unyielding belief in a better future. As the stars shone brightly on this new dawn, the galaxy looked to the horizon with optimism, aware of the challenges that lay ahead, but fortified by the knowledge that together they could face whatever the future held. The saga of the Galactic Unity Pact and its battle against the darkness was more than a story of conflict. It was a testament to the indomitable spirit of unity and the enduring hope for a galaxy where light forever outshines the shadows.